Hi, good evening to you, my fellow countrymen, my friends, my brothers, from wherever you are. This is yours truly, Matthias, but the Matthias Metamorphosis. What I mean by metamorphosis is the complete state of evolution and change. Today's talk is going to be about getting a skill, and I will start with a verse in the Bible. Do you see a man skillful in his works? He will stand before kings. It comes from Proverbs 22:29. Yes, the best time investment you can do for yourself as a youth or a person of any kind as a mature adult is to attain a skill of any kind from wherever you are. Use the people that are around you to at least learn something. It will make the difference between you and your peers, and it will make a difference in the future that you actually have. Every person that is around you at a certain time in their life learned a certain skill that is actually what they are feeding off. Every skill that you learn will be worth the time you've invested in. It will give you a better return on investment, much more than any other thing. So you might end up spending most of your time playing, doing so much of fun, having fun and recreation. But the best thing you actually have to do with your time, in your youthful times, or even when you're old, it's never too late. You should at least learn a skill. Go to any person nearby, even if you actually don't have money, go to YouTube. You don't have money, type in anything. It might be cooking, it might be welding, it might be carpentry, it might be AI related stuff, but make sure you learn something. Or it's either tailoring, everything you actually are at a point time in the field of humanity that you can learn anything that you want. The swipe of your screen. Data is relatively cheaper from wherever you are. Like I'm here in Kampala, but data is cheaper. You can at least afford data. If you can't afford an institution, you can at least afford that and learn from home when you're still at first, but at least learn something. Why am I saying this? As I was growing up when I was at, I think, 17 or 15, I learned making shoes, but it gave me the edge amongst my peers who were not actually knowledgeable in anything. They were going about life. So it gave me a competitive advantage over them. But why? I had learned something. Even before that, I come from a tailoring family, a family of fashion. I had that background, so I was already ingrained and into so many skills, which my friends actually never had. So the difference between me and them, actually, competitively, has been partially by the skills that I've actually earned, or I earned when we were at the same time and they were just playing games. So whatever, even right now, actually, I'm attaining the skill. I've read something about public speaking. I've learned something about public speaking, even when I'm speaking to you right now. It's a skill as well. So learn something. Whatever you can do, make sure that you learn something. It will pay off in the future. Why am I saying so? You learn things by doing them. You never say that you learn a skill when you actually don't do it. But that little time that you actually spend multiplies, and eventually it becomes a skill. Or even those masters that you see were once amateurs like you are, but they started and developed the skills. So I implore you and I advise you as a friend, if you want to make a difference in the world and actually in your life, and something that your future you will thank you for, is learn a skill. Learn a skill. It will make the difference. You see those people that are suffering or are looking for jobs everywhere. They don't. There are people that actually don't have things to do or are doing things that are outdated. Even when you're at the deep end of your life, when you've lost a job, at least learn a new skill. It will resurrect you. You see people that are actually into AI right now. It's not that they study AI, but they are fetching money from AI. People that are doing podcasts and YouTube. It's not that they went to university to study YouTube. Sorry about that. But they actually jumped onto the ship and they learned YouTube. And they told themselves YouTube. But what is the difference between them and other people? What they started and they did learn a skill. It is what makes the difference. Every person in the world, learned a skill. There's not actually a person that I know that actually doesn't have a skill. You see the footballers, the Elon Musk, the entertainers, they all learn skills. So a skill has a non does not actually have the price you can attach to it, but you can actually get a lot of money out of it. So I advise you from wherever you are, learn a skill. Learn a skill. It will pay off. It is something that you can even pass on to your children at zero cost. But there is no zero cost university, but there is a zero cost way of telling and passing information to your children, much more in schools. So I advise you to do it for your young self and do it for yourself. Even when you are at your lowest, you will need it. Do that and listen.